What's up YouTube? Welcome to John's Daily Hustle. So today we're going to do a review of the operator controlled chute blocker made by Exmark. So right here I just wanted to show you guys how much grass actually comes back up on the operator while it's closed. If you look carefully you can see right there even by my hand and right in front of the camera where it's aiming down. Now here, this next clip is a slow motion video, so enjoy this real quick. Alright, so as you guys got to see there with the chute blocker, that it actually doesn't block everything from coming out. So if you're trying to use it to block grass from getting in flower beds, yes, it'll work for the most part, but if it's super thick or super tall grass, you're not going to stop at all, and you're still going to have to probably take a leaf blower to the flower beds and blow out the grass. As you guys can see with it all the way closed, it's not quite airtight, so grass still blows out of there, as well as it'll also blow up onto you while you're operating the mower. But the big thing is, it'll stop big rocks and trash and all kinds of stuff from flying out of here and, smashing against cars or hitting people and stuff like that, which is the main reason why I bought this to begin with anyway. Now, another downside to this that I don't like is it's just made out of rubber. So that might not mean much to people, but well, one, as you guys can see, is it's not very durable. It's thick rubber, but here's the problem. When you're closed and you're going against a gate, sometimes if the gate's pushed out, it'll push up onto this, which as you can see, it will hit the blades, which it's better than it being metal hitting the blades, right? But not only does it damage this, and this piece right here, just this rubber piece alone, if you were to buy that, it's $70 at your Exmark dealer. So this right here was a $70 mistake right there by hitting that, because that's exactly what I did. I had it up against the gate. It was closed, mind you. It wasn't even open. It's not like I wasn't being very thoughtful or paying attention and hit the gate. It was closed, and part of the gate had still came out and pushed up, and it caused this to hit the blades. Now, I know there's chute blockers out there that are made out of metal, and it's a flat piece that goes straight down, and it's not flexible at all. So if you hit something, it just rubs against it, and it doesn't quite push it into the blades. I mean, I guess unless you really hit something and it bends it in there, then you'll have to worry about that. But just a regular chain link fence, the way I just brushed up against it like that, that wouldn't have happened. So what that does is it kind of gives it a little bit of a pressure point or a tweak here to where this won't open all the way now, which I'm sure I could probably heat that up and bend it back out. I've tried it once before, but I don't quite really care too much because it works good enough for us. Now, the number one problem that I absolutely can't stand with this chute blocker that just absolutely drives me crazy. When you're out mowing and you have it open, say you're, mowing a large field or whatever, you just want to have it open. Between grass getting wet and building up under here, weighing it down, but just regular vibration will eventually cause this to close itself like this. You guys can see the handle lever there, the lever there. It moves as the vibration knocks this down. And what that does is if you have a driver, an operator that's not quite paying attention or, just mowing big fields like we mow our apartment complex and, jamming out to tunes or whatever may happen, and they're not paying attention to this closes, and now you're leaving a windrow of grass looking like you mowed hay all the way down. Now, most operators should see that when they turn around and know that they need to hold this open. So there has been some operators that don't do that, and somebody has to go back over it or take a leaf blower to it. That's why in a lot of my videos, you guys will see me constantly reaching down and holding it open, because you guys can see just that little bit of pressure is closing the chute blocker down there. So in a lot of my videos, you'll see me, I'll either have my hand here holding it open if I know I'm going through some thick stuff, ooh, tongue twister there, to hold it open, because as you guys can see, just a little bit of pressure closes it, and the constant vibration, and you're going over some pretty rough stuff, and it jars the deck and everything, and it'll knock it down. So like I said, in a lot of my videos, you guys will see me, I'll pop that baby open, and I'll probably hold my hand here. Luckily, I'm able to operate with just one hand here, and it actually drives pretty smooth. I can even turn completely around, a complete 180 with just one hand. I don't need to have two hands on this mower to operate it, luckily. Now, some mowers, there's too big of a gap here. Some riders like more of a gap, so that might not work for some riders. So that could be a deciding factor if you're looking at buying this Exmark chute block. That might not sound like that big of a deal to you, but trust me, if you're running this constantly every day, all day, it will drive you crazy. It pisses me off all the time. So I'm going to try and figure out a way to adjust it and make it to where it doesn't do that. One of the main keys that I love about the Exmark operator controlled chute blocker is, one, it was factory made by Exmark. Now, it wasn't made with the mower, it was an add-on. My dealer hooked me up. Now, it is expensive. I believe it's like $450 for this whole piece right here. However, my dealer, because I bought this brand new, my dealer hooked me up with this included with the mower, but the price I'm spending for the mower, I better get something in on it, right? So anyways, now if you already have the mower and you didn't get this deal, it's $450. So in my opinion, you're probably better off going with an aftermarket option. As you guys can see, this one, it does look very nice, which is another reason why I loved it. You know, it's red, it's black, it's factory paint, it was made by Exmark, and it matches everything. So I'm a big one on, you gotta look professional, you gotta look good, everything needs to match. You know, I try to keep my mower somewhat clean and everything. Again, that might not mean much to people, but it means a lot to me. So it matches, as opposed to my homemade chute blocker I had made for this one, which is not currently on there. You guys haven't even seen that video yet. When I upload it, I'll put the tag right here. You guys can check it out. But I actually made one for this, and I painted it black so it somewhat blends in. But it actually, you could tell it wasn't factory. And, you know, I had a little chain right here that would go down and you'd pull up on it, and that part stood out like a sore thumb. So it didn't look that very professional, and it looked like, you know, that mower, that part of the mower was just fabricated, and it was, so it didn't look good. And now, as you guys can see, you know, everything about this looks professional and looks factory, because it is. So the other thing to note about this Exmark operator controlled chute blocker is it doesn't work with grass catchers, or I should say grass catchers don't work with it. As you guys can see, the hold amount is right there, and the lip, or the angle, whatever you want to call it, is back in there. So there is no way, as you guys can see, to mount that. So in order to mount the grass catcher, you'll have to take the chute blocker off. Plus, with, like I had said earlier, with this constantly going down, or even if you adjust it or make it to where that doesn't work, or doesn't, you know, lock up all the way, you're still going to be blocking grass material from getting in there. So just something to think about. If you have a chute blocker, every time you need to use a grass catcher or any kind of catcher at all, like, you know, a cyclone rake or anything, you'll have to take the chute blocker off. So just keep that in mind. If you're needing to bag a lot of grass, or if it's leaf season, that'll pretty much have to be off all the time. Now, to take it off, it's not hard. You just have 2 carriage bolts here and a through bolt here with a nut on the other side, and then this just slides off. There's a little bit of a bar that goes in right over here, and you just pull it out, and you can set it down wherever you want, and then it works just fine like a regular side discharge mower. So it's not hard, it's just tedious. So bottom line, what's my take on it? Well, I personally think if you're getting it from the factory and you're getting a good deal, or, you know, from your dealers, including it in with the mower like I did, I would say it's perfect. It's a great deal. You could probably adjust things down there to make it to where it doesn't, you know, constantly flap closed like that. And that'll help that problem big time. Or if you can find somebody that's selling one used for maybe half the price, maybe the same price as one of the aftermarket chute blockers, it's a pretty good deal then too. Now, if you're just somebody that's going out looking for a chute blocker for their mower, and you think that, oh, hey, you know, this is coming from the factory, this is a good deal here. For the price, you could spend half the price and probably get a better chute blocker. I know there's like Grass Flap, and there's a couple other big brands out there that make them. In my opinion, I would like to try Grass Flap out, or one of the other big brands, just so I can try it out and see which one I really like. Like I said, I really like the metal, to where there's no flexing going in. You can get up against stuff and all you'll do is probably scratch it and that kind of thing. Thinking on the minds of, what if somebody else is running my mower? Nobody else is going to run your stuff the way you are. People are going to be rough on it. So I kind of like that aspect of it. So if you can get it for half of its price, and where it's in the same ballpark as buying an actual aftermarket chute blocker, I'd say it's a pretty good deal. But for full price, I would rather just go somewhere else. So I hope this video has helped somebody deciding whether or not they want to buy the operator controlled chute blocker from Exmark, or if they want to go an aftermarket option. I do believe every lawnmower, every zero turn, every guy that's out there cutting grass professionally for a living, I do believe everybody should have some kind of chute blocker on their mower, which we'll get into that in a later video on why I think everyone needs to have one. But for obvious reasons, most of you guys already know. Like I said, I really think everybody should have one. So I hope this video is helping anybody out trying to decide which one they want to go with, and I hope you guys enjoyed this content. And as always, thanks for watching.